life back here with me mates. Well, they're me family now. Which reminds me, guess who walked in here a couple of days ago?
Who?
Me old mate, Roxanne Bradshaw. We go way back. We used to see you could pinch the most stuff in a day when we were kids. God, we had some good times.
Yeah, and I'll bet no prizes for guessing what she's in here for.
You got it? Fencing. But the big news is she's up the duff.
Oh, well, that is big news, isn't it?
Yeah, but she did it on purpose, see? This married couple are paying her $20,000 to have the kid so that they can adopt it. Not a bad lurk, eh?
Yeah, well, that's not the first time that sort of thing's been done. But you do know it is against the law.
Yeah, well, what is it?
Did the Screws know about it?
Don't think so.
Uh-huh. Well, I hope this married couple have a good lawyer, because they could end up without the baby or the money.
Fair income.
Oh, what's this? Am I interrupting a union meeting? What are you doing here, Birdsworth? There's a pile of laundry outside the maternity wing.
I'm just about to go, Miss Ferguson.
If I come in here and find the lot of you loafing again, you'll all be on report.
Hey, Roxy, who was your visitor? Wasn't Westy, was it? Oh, that creep.
No. It's the father of this little bundle.
Well, what did he want?
It's not what he wanted. I told him I had to have some more money.
Well, what for? I mean, he's already paid you the first half.
Oh, don't you start. The cops have killed that, haven't they? I might as well be broke.
Yeah, well, that's not his fault. I mean, he's already kept his part of the bargain.
Oh, God, you sound like his bloody echo. Listen, he's in a much better position than me to get his hands on some dough. I've got to think about the baby. And me.
You? Thinking about the baby? What a laugh. All you're thinking about is that $20,000. I know plenty of girls who'd give their kids away.
Yeah, well, I'm in a bit of a jam, aren't I? Nothing else I can do. I'll be out of here after tomorrow and I've got to look after myself. I can hardly get a job, can I?
Well, you should have thought about that in the first place, shouldn't you?
I just can't understand how you could do it. Have a kid, I mean, and just give it up like that. I had my little girl adopted out years ago. You know something? I only ever saw her for a minute, and I still miss her. I suppose I could have accepted it if she died. But knowing she's out there somewhere, walking around, never being able to lay eyes on her to see how she turned out, rips the guts out of me at times.
Well, that's a problem I won't have. Because I know where my kid's going and who's looking after her. Any time I feel low about it, I can just pop by and have a look at her.
Oh, come on. Don't be an idiot all your life. I wouldn't mind being the minute you hand over that baby, they'll move interstate or change their name. They're hardly going to run the risk of you turning up on their doorstep any time of the day or night.
Well, who cares? I'll still have the money, won't I? I can always have another kid.
Yeah, a regular baby factory.
Ah, there you are. I was wondering where you'd got to.
Just grabbing a quick cup. Anything wrong? Oh, doctor, like a cup of coffee while I'm making one?
No, thanks, Mrs. Reynolds. Must rush.
Well, what have you come up with?
Nothing definite, unfortunately. She appears to be suffering from acute depression. I've prescribed some Valium for the present, but if she doesn't improve, Sister Kelly will be in touch with me.
So you think it's a psychological problem?
It looks that way, but just how deep it is, I'm not really qualified to say. If the Valium has no effect, then I think it would be advisable to call Weissman in.
Well, we'll keep an eye on her, Doctor. And thank you for answering the call so quickly.
My pleasure.
I'll take you through to reception.
An even greater pleasure. Mrs.
Bye.
Morris?
Black with 2 sugars?
Hello.
Who was the bloke? Looked like he was either a doctor or a plumber.
Right the first time. Dr. Hodges.
I see. Don't tell me Ferguson's bitten somebody and there's been a minor outbreak of rabies.
You're just what I needed. Actually, I was hoping you might be able to get through to one of the new prisoners.
Is it the pregnant one?
No, this is someone I feel as though I've met somewhere, but... Oh, she's got big problems.
Well, fire away.
Carter, this is Judy Bryant. She may be able to help you when you get out.
Hi, Brandy.
Well, I'll leave you to it.
Thanks, Miss Morris. Well, I hope you don't think I'm a nuisance dropping in like this, but I was here on one of my regular visits. I thought we'd get acquainted, you know. I'm the one that's going to help you when you get out of here. Find accommodation and a job, you know, get back on your feet.
I've already got a job and somewhere to live.
Well, I don't mean the game. I mean a proper job. There's no future in prostitution. Not unless you call popping in and out of here all the time a future.
Prostitution?
Yeah, well, that's what you're in here for. Soliciting, resisting arrest, assaulting an officer, contempt of court. I mean, for someone on a first conviction, you're certainly making up for lost time.
Excuse me, what did you say I was convicted of?
Soliciting, resisting arrest, assaulting an officer, contempt of court. And didn't they read out the charges to you when you were inducted? Brandy?
I'm sorry, I have a bit of a headache. Would you mind?
You all right, honey?
Yes, I'd just like to be by myself, please.
Yeah, sure.
David, we paid what was agreed.
I know, honey. But this is the kind of risk we knew we'd be taking when we first went into it.
But how can she do that? You're the father. I would have been the mother. Oh, God.
Darling, don't.
I knew she couldn't be trusted from the start. I want that baby. We've waited so long.
I know. Look, if I had the money, I'd give it to her. But we know that, from experience, that women sometimes change their minds about giving up the baby, and I can't afford to change it for her.
She's putting up the price because she knows how much it means to us.
Yes. And she's out of luck. And there is no way she's going to keep the money she's already had. George Haley has made out a contract to protect us against that kind of thing. I'll see him tomorrow.
Oh, David, it's not the money. Thousands of women are having babies they don't even want. Babies they don't even care about or look after properly. Why can't I have one?
Andrea, don't.
I'd be such a good mother.
Look. At least we've got each other. That's what's really important, isn't it?
Yes, I know, darling, I'm sorry. It's just that, well, I'm so disappointed, that's all. I'll be all right.
Well, if you ask me, I reckon she's a bit of a nutcase.
You should complain. You have to share a cell with her. I never know what mood you're going to wake up in from one day to the next.
You are late, Carter. I'm sorry, I had to go to the toilet. Are you feeling all right? Go on.
Hey, Brandy, you're looking a bit funny today. Still getting over your session with Joe in the boiler room.
Well, go on, shove off, go and get your breakfast. You've got to keep your strength up. I do hear the tradesmen are lining up to work in here.
See, I told you. She's not the full queen.
You don't think she's dangerous, do you?
Well, she's supposed to have bashed a cop.
She's no powder puff. You don't have to worry, Phyllis. You're in her good books. She has paid you off for keeping it while she was getting off, hasn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, she is strange. I wouldn't like to cross her.
I told you I had misgivings about this right from the start.
I know, George. Look, I'm not blaming you. It just seemed worth risking at the time. But we are protected.
Well, as much as we can be. You're aware that it's illegal to contract a woman to be a surrogate mother, which is why we had to go about it through the back door, so to speak. See, the contract's written in the form of a loan of $10,000 to Bradshaw to be repaid on demand after a period of 12 months. So at least you can recoup the money after that time, provided there's any money left.
Which is doubtful.
I know it's not much compensation, but at least she has no claim on the rest of the money until the baby is handed over to you, signed, sealed, and delivered.
George, you know how Andrea has set her heart on this baby, which she could have a breakdown if it should fall through now.
You mustn't go for that, David. It's emotional blackmail. Now, there's no guarantee you'll get the child in the long run anyway. Bradshaw can take you for all you give her, and then when the baby's born, sell it to the highest bidder.
I am the natural father. I mean, it's my baby. I mean, surely I've got some rights.
Well, with an illegitimate child, the father has virtually no rights. You see, there's no way of proving conclusively that the child's yours.
What about blood tests?